What is the meaning of life? It's one of those questions that sounds simple, but the more you think about it, the harder it gets to answer. Before this course, I probably would have said something basic, like being happy or being successful. But now, I think the meaning of life is more about how we think and how we choose to live. One idea that really stayed with me is from Socrates, who said that the unexamined life is not worth living. At first, that sounds kind of harsh, but I think what he means is that if we never question our beliefs or our choices, then we're not really in control of our lives. We're just following habits or expectations without thinking about them. That idea connects a lot to what we saw in The Matrix. Most people in that movie are living in a fake reality, but they don't even know it. And honestly, real life can be like that too. It's easy to just go through the motions every day, school, social media, routines, without stopping to ask why we're doing any of it. Philosophy kind of forces you to wake up. It makes you question what's real, what matters, and what kind of life you actually want to live. We also looked at Sartre, who believed that there's no fixed meaning to life given to us. Instead, we create meaning through our choices. That idea is a bit scary because it means we're responsible for who we become. But at the same time, it's also freeing because it means our lives aren't already decided for us. For me, all of this comes together in a simple way. I think the meaning of life is to live consciously, to actually think about your life, question things, and make choices that reflect who you really are. It doesn't mean having everything figured out. I definitely don't. But it does mean not ignoring the big questions. In my own life, I've noticed how easy it is to just follow routines and not really think about anything deeply. But when I do stop and reflect, even a little, things start to feel more meaningful. It feels like I'm actually choosing my life, instead of just going along with it. So I don't think the meaning of life is one single answer that applies to everyone. I think it's something you build over time, through your thoughts, your choices, and the way you decide to live. And maybe that's the point. The meaning of life isn't something you find once, it's something you keep creating. One thing I keep thinking about is that even if we never fully figure out the meaning of life, maybe that's not the point. Maybe life isn't supposed to end with a final answer. Maybe it's supposed to stay a question that keeps us aware, keeps us curious, and keeps us from just sleepwalking through everything. Because the moment we think we have it all figured out, we stop really looking at our lives. And in a way, that's when we lose something important. So maybe the meaning of life isn't something that sits at the end of our thinking. Maybe it's something that shows up in the thinking itself, in the questions we ask, the choices we make, and the way we pay attention to our own lives while we're living them.